Hey everybody, welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee.
And guess what?
Did I do that gothy enough?
Did she, everyone? We'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
All right. It's time for
Goth
Goth
Tarot, featuring the Banshee.
Who else? The Banshee. Banshee joins us at the beginning of each month to do our outline for the month. We highlight one particular aspect of shadow work using the Cries of the Soul's Oracle, which is an amazing tool to work with for shadow work. We also use the Erethereal Shadow Work Tarot to further illuminate this reading. And basically, we're looking at the major shadow issue that many of us may be dealing with, but it could also be collective shadow issues.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There you go.
All right.
All right. Okay, this is our monthly shadow work. Mr. O will update through the month ahead.
All right, so first of all, we start with what we call the dark shadows. What is haunting you this month?
Why, it's a repeat card.
Uh-oh.
It's the Dark Passenger.
The Dark Passenger.
I remember we had this one before.
Yeah, we did. It's a couple months ago.
Yeah, the Dark Passenger. I create a sympathetic inner dialogue. Well,
so we're going to read from the wisdom section of the Cries of the Souls for this.
Number 8, close to the beginning. Okay, I create a sympathetic inner dialogue. The wisdom of this card here, just let me put these away. The wisdom of this card is, and remember, it speaks in the voice of your shadow. As soon as you hear my cold, monotonous, and negative voice, all your senses are on alert. I activate your sympathetic nervous system, and you find yourself filled with dread. I constantly remind you of your failures and make you think you are alone in the world and can only depend on yourself. I am the voice of your dark side, your suffering, which envelops you in dismal and painful energy. I don't believe in beautiful surprises, happiness, or love. Yeah, I do remember this. We might have had this fairly early on, actually, but I do remember this. It's kind of as if you just believe good things happen to other people and never to you. I think that's part of this. And also just that, you always feel this sense of dread that something bad is about to come down. And, in this day and age where there's just so many bad things that are actually happening, one can fall into that pattern very easily.
I'm dealing with Sassy over here on the side. But yeah, a lot of the Dark Passenger just sounds like, people who cannot ever find that ray of sunshine, people who always feel their life works through expressions of pessimism or sarcasm or doubt.
Right. So do we throw a tarot on that one?
Not on this one.
Okay, so that is...
So that's mainly setting up what is the Dark Passenger. Yes. Now we will do the Dark Whispers. And the Dark Whispers are what you need to know about this. And this is also from the Cries of the Soul's Oracle, the supplement section. Plus we will draw an additional tarot card.
Okay, so I am with you because you grew into who you are today. Your daily life was filled with great fear, immense anger, and considerable trauma. When you were younger, you considered serenity, love, and happiness as a distant pipe dream. You grew up flat on the ground. Yet, I know you did everything you could to get back up. I protect you from what you don't know, and when you let yourself be led by me, you stay focused on yourself and never confront your fears. I halt every action aimed at change. So really sad card to me because it speaks of childhood traumas. It speaks of potential abuse or neglect, situations. It speaks also potentially of, let's think about young girls being sexually taken advantage of in the Epstein files, for example, and the traumas that they faced and they lived with, whether it's boys or girls that were traumatized, and how they have to cope with it today, what mechanisms they have. You know, and a lot of them can be unhealthy because what they went through was unhealthy.
The dark passenger clearly really is a baggage you take with you your life in these kind of situations, and it always makes you feel like you are less worthy. You are just not as worthy as others. So let's turn that next tarot card to say, what else should we know about this? And it's the reversed Five of Cups.
Oh, 5? I thought
Yeah.
you said 4. Okay.
I did 2 at first, but it is the 5.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can look at this, yeah, the 5 of Cups. You know, I think here, this is saying that there is a need here, a desperate need to leave the past behind you and move forward. That's what I'm seeing with this card. It's almost like, you know, you have these coping mechanisms and they're wrong in making you think life is always going to be this way and then nothing good can happen now. Or that you can't appreciate anything good because you live with this scar that keeps you in thrall. And while, hey, I'm understanding your pain, I also realize here that you're allowing your pain to stop you from enjoying what really good things there are in life.
What you need to know is that life is not static, that no one ever remains exactly in their condition. Of course, that could imply that some people's conditions get worse, but this card, the Five of Cups reverse, says your condition is not static, and what you need to know is it will change. It will get better. Hope will return, or you will find some comfort. And you just have to believe that it will happen and that your whole life is not marked by this shadow.
I like that, Mr. O.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, so now we are on to the dark drama, and that's externals, how others or outside events may actually trigger this inadvertently. And we will also, or this is only a tarot, isn't it? Yeah.
That's what I thought. I can't
All
read
right.
it, but go ahead.
All right. So, how do others inadvertently trigger this? And it's the King of Swords. He's upright.
Right.
Yes. So this could be saying others try to hold you to a standard, try to hold you to a decision or a judgment. They may not want you to get out of agreements. So this could be saying really others are really enforcing this because they don't give you room to change, or that's at least the perception.
You know, it's a positive card here, but I'm almost sensing that what it's saying is that you feel others are judging you by what you went through in your past. You're always living with a
Ah.
sense of guilt or a sense that you were somehow responsible for what happened to you. And so you are your own worst critic sometimes as well. But also, other people may be triggering this because when they say or do something that may even be innocuous, you might be taking it the wrong way.
You know, I'm glad you said that. That's very, very interesting. And so that could be saying that, you know, what you need, the dark drama is that even others who don't necessarily, that's what inadvertent is. They don't necessarily feel they're doing this, but that's your response to it.
Right, they may be feeling they're treating you right and fairly, and you may be feeling that their actions are judgmental, or and it's because of your own self-worth issues and criticism, self-criticism.
Right. So, what is the dark truth then? What is it that you must accept? And that is from the warning section of the Cries of the Souls. And then we will also throw an Erethereal card.
Which is why I took a drink first, so I could
And
clear it
I
through.
covered for you by phrasing slower.
Why, thank you so much, Mr.
That's so good.
Always has my back.
You bet.
Okay, whoops. Anyway, the warning. You can force me into silence. I am with you because your system of distrust is breaking down and you're experiencing events that invite you to trust. And I'm just going to pause here for a moment and say, look back at that king. Maybe you really need to stop and think that you may have more allies out here than you realize. Okay.
Good point.
Had to say that. Okay. It's for you to, okay, events that invite you to trust, to love, and share in positive ways. I appear to activate your armor and urge you to be wary of all positive things, turning off the music and lights and telling everyone to go home. But you can open yourself up to others, yourself, and life. You can be who you are with passion. Be aware of all this. Don't let the me snuff out the beautiful light that is emanating from you. I am not the voice of truth. And look, the King of Swords is, right?
So maybe sometimes you do need to really neutrally consider what that outside stimuli is.
We get a warning, a tarot for this.
We also get a tarot from this.
I want to see what's pairing with this one. This is
yeah, so this also is a truth you may have to accept. It's the reversed Wheel of Fortune. Wow.
Well, the truth you have to accept is that fate may have played a nasty role on you, in your early life, but you are not defined by that. Your present should not be defined by that. I mean, you will always carry whatever lessons you have from those experiences, but how you use them, that is up to you. That is not up to fate. That is up to you. How you choose to move forward from those experiences you've had. Go ahead, and I'll let you.
The oldest lesson of tarot is that everyone always has free will. We always have free will. No matter what the tarot cards say we did or we will do or we're doing now, we have that free will. You can change the future of a tarot card by just deciding to do something different. And that's the truth you must accept. This idea, I like what Banshee said, I really do, that maybe you felt your past and moving into the future would always be chaotic or unlucky. It's not.
The thing is, that is not the voice of truth telling you that, there's nothing good that's going to happen to me. I'm always going to have bad luck now. People are going, I'm always at the whims of other external forces. No, that is the lie. That is not the truth.
All right. So now we want to look at the dark gift. What hidden abilities, powers, resources, etc. will help you or can help you? And we will pull a card from the tarot for that. So what is your dark gift in all this? What is actually able to help you perhaps? Six of Swords.
Yes.
Upright.
Yes.
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 Very much.
Move on. That will help you. Your ability to pull yourself away from all the trauma and navigate yourself to calmer, more tranquil seas, whether it's meditating more, whether it's doing affirmation work to find ways to believe in yourself more. Your dark gift is your ability to move past this and recognize there is a better life for you now.
I like that. And from that collective level, that's saying too that many people, no matter how they organize themselves, it could be by religion or it could be by other, determinations, they may need to consider moving to where things feel better, where there's less troubles. This could be really big.
Yeah, I may recap with a little bit more collective stuff. I like what you said there, and I do want to address, I think, that in relation to the collective. But let's move on.
So finally, then, we reach our dark destiny, the dark light marriage. Basically, how will we integrate the shadow and the light? And for that, Banshee will read from the moving forward section, and then we will pull a tarot.
Moving forward. Okay, your shadow says, I am aware of the suffering I have caused you and the struggle I created within you. You may find that cognitive behavioral therapy techniques are an excellent tool to enable you to listen to me differently, as they can help transform my shrieks of despair into barely audible whispers. When I speak to you, write a letter to yourself detailing the exact opposite of what I tell you. For example, if I tell you you're a loser, write that you are an incredible person. I am that voice of your past pains, not of your destiny. Your destiny is something you build day by day. And so, as a victim of some childhood trauma myself, but certainly nothing that goes to the extremes that some of the Epstein files goes. And, what some people have been really physically, emotionally tortured in their past, I understand how hard it is to let that voice go. I really do. But I don't know if I would have survived as long as I had and made the life for myself that I had if I always believed that, my life would never get better. We cannot hold on to that pain. What we have to do is transform it into an impetus to make our lives better, to prove that we are better than what happened to us. We didn't deserve what happened to us in our past, but we sure as heck can make a better life for us in our present.
I really love that. And I feel when we go through the recap, we can expand more on that perhaps. But it's really clear for most of these cards that this really does speak to that idea that you have to find it within yourself. And we hope to help you too. But everybody has to do it for themselves, figure out they are not that victim forever.
No, and the more you play a victim, the more you likely are inviting that to you.
So the final card for the dark light marriage, how we integrate, is also from the Erethereal. And wow, it's the Queen of Wands. This is a very bam card because the Queen of Wands really exemplifies courage, nobility, and owning your power in a way that, maybe a lot of other cards don't always. It especially talks about, women, perhaps in that sense, but we like to think that the court cards qualities can always apply to either gender or to fluid genders, etc.
Absolutely, because this is about, emotional courage. I look at the difference between the king and the queen, and I feel that this is internal, emotional, but heart courage. You have to make your heart stronger now. And you have to love yourself. You have to love yourself because you survived. And not only did you survive, you are capable of thriving. And many of us, who live with these traumas have thrived. And so think about the ways that you have overcome adversities in your life, the courage that you've displayed, the emotional balance you have gotten through. Because even the most hurt of us and the most damaged of us have had these moments of grace. And so you have to hold on to them and you have to build on them as you go forward. I really feel this energy is very powerful here for us and that we should feel strong in ourselves, we should trust ourselves, we should love ourselves, and we should also know that we are capable of creating the kind of life we want for ourselves.
That energy of that queen is a great summation for this reading, and it's a great key to keep in mind as you're trying to integrate this. It could be very easy for some people to say, oh, well, so-and-so has this trauma and they've overcompensated by being the bitch, which some people feel about the Queen of Wands. This is not about that. This is not about overcompensating to just power through, because that's still a form of denial. This is truly about understanding and integrating all of these aspects and figuring out how it makes you the victor.
I feel a lot of this on a collective level too, because I feel there are a lot of damaged people in different ways out there. We've allowed toxic politics, for example, to taint us in such a way that we can't find a healthy way forward. We're always fearing the worst. We're always fearing the worst in people. And we can't seem to rise above that because we feel we are victims of each other, instead of cooperative beings with each other. And we need to get ourselves to a more tranquil place, harmonious place with one another. I feel here it's important we move forward more constructively and stop playing the victim with one another. And, it's easy for one to say, well, how can you say ICE is a victim? They are a victim in a way. The people who do these things to other people and feel the only way that they can have power and authority in their lives is by brutalizing and bringing down others, they're damaged people. So, we have to figure out a way to come together collectively and heal these things rather than making them even bigger festering wounds.
And I really love that. It's so important, and I really truly pray for that kind of day. I'm going to end a little pithily and just say that, of course, there will be updates to this work through the month, but maybe we just need collectively and personally to tell our dark passenger to take a hike. And of course, we are sincere about, helping people, but that a moment of levity was really needed with that.
Yeah.
Is that our update then?
I think that
I think so.
I think so. It pretty much speaks for itself here.
Yeah, it was a great reading.
And I would just encourage you that if it does not affect you, because you feel you are not a traumatized person, but yet you're playing into some of the things that are going on collectively, look at how, this relates to that for you. And even on a personal level, if you are denying that you are playing the victim, think about this and what may have happened in your life and what trauma you're trying to mask by this dark passenger, popping forward.
Banshee, you are a wonderful partner to work with. You make this reading really pop.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, Mr. O. And I appreciate doing this for all of you. So we hope you have a wonderful month ahead. Working through this won't be easy, but it is necessary. So let's do that. And hopefully.
And if it isn't your personal shadow, respect that maybe others may have the shadow, and that you could help them.
Yeah.
Or collectively.
Invite them to watch our video.
Right. Or collectively, do what you can too to help, draw this out and bring this out in people so that we can all work on these issues.
So take care, everybody. Until I see you next month or you come to some of my other shows, we'll see you next time.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.